Hi, my name is Dave, and today I'm going to be presenting my research on teacher perceptions of a one-to-one iPad initiative in an urban district. So I want to break down that title a little bit. The reason I'm interested in teacher perceptions is teachers are the gatekeepers to their classroom. So kind of what they say goes. Despite what policies are and administration says should be covered in the classroom, the teacher's kind of the last stand and they have the final say. This is kind of backed by research. Ertmer in 2013 stated that a teacher plays a key role in technology integration, and therefore it is pertinent to investigate a teacher's perspectives on such matters. And a one-to-one iPad initiative is where all the students have iPads. Everyone in the school has iPads. So one iPad to every student. At the school that I conducted this research in, the students had iPad 4s and the teachers had iPad 2s. The teachers had the iPad 2s because they got them towards the end of last year, and the teachers got the newer technology this year. There are 1,500 students in the school, just to give you the scope of this project, and about 104 faculty members, teachers. The significance of this study. iPads are a growing technology in the classroom. As this technology continues to be used in the classrooms, it is all the more important to understand how it affects learning. Administration would be interested to know how the iPad initiative is perceived by teachers. Also, administration would want to know how and why the iPads are being used by different departments. Other urban districts that are eager to implement tablet programs could learn what worked and what did not. Research has been conducted on the iPad at all levels of schooling, from elementary school through college and across the globe. While some research was conducted on teacher perceptions of iPads in the high school classroom, that was Clark and Savannah's 2012 and Vu 2013, this research extends that research by looking at high school teacher perceptions in an urban district. Also, this research is conducted in Massachusetts as opposed to Illinois, which is Vu, or the United Kingdom, Clark and Savannah's, which has a different culture. My research was different in that it took place in an urban high school and in Massachusetts. The methods that I used were one-to-one interviews. I interviewed 4 teachers from different departments: a math teacher, a science teacher, which is technology, an English teacher, and a social studies teacher. So I wanted to have a sampling from all of the major departments. This study was a phenomenology in that it looked at the phenomenon of iPad usage in an urban district. This research had a few different themes or codes that emerged. The first was 21st century skills. Teachers do see the iPads as a means of teaching 21st century skills. And by 21st century skills, I mean group work, projects, higher level thinking, communication, connecting. As one teacher put it, I can remove that piece from the classroom and free up some time to really do the application of higher thinking skills. What was meant by I can remove that was the content learning. The teacher could flip the classroom, that is, make videos of the content and send it home, and then in the classroom, the students would have a chance to do different group work and work on these higher level skills. Another quote from an insightful teacher was, just because you have students working on the iPad doesn't necessarily mean they are learning at a higher level. So just bringing the iPads in isn't enough. Another theme that emerged was concern. So teachers were concerned about iPads coming in. One concern was classroom management. Another one was distraction. I shall see Twitter being one of them. Digital citizens. And with digital citizens, the teacher came up with a quote: "If we are handing these students such a powerful tool, are we being responsible in teaching them what it means to be a good digital citizen?" Training. So all the teachers mentioned inadequate training being a concern. And with the training for teachers, it pulls students out of the classroom because this training happens during the school day. So the students would end up with substitutes or more often in the auditorium without subs. Money is a concern, so down the line, how is this project going to be continued to be funded? There was mention that there hasn't been a paradigm shift, so it's kind of using the old pedagogy, taking worksheets, scanning them in and putting them on the iPads, as opposed to a whole new way of doing things. So there was that mention that maybe not all the teachers are flipping their classroom, and therefore not getting at these higher level thinking skills. Some teachers also thought it was going to be a lot of work initially to create these videos for their classrooms. A final theme was the teacher's role. So the students thought that there was a changing role to the teacher of the classroom. So the former role, the teacher was a lecturer who would stand up at the front of the classroom, has now changed to facilitator coach. The teacher is there to set things up, and there was talk about the extent to which teachers were on board or buying into this program. One quote for this theme was, "Setting it up, making sure there is structure. It's more of a facilitator's role." And you'll see from this picture here is what a facilitator might look like in the classroom with an iPad. So the students would be working on their projects and the teacher could float around and offer some guidance. More of a guide on the side as opposed to a sage on the stage. So the iPad definitely brings with it a changing role for the teacher. Future research. How do teacher perceptions and administrator perceptions compare? So the research as it stands was more of a pilot study, and going forward with the dissertation, it kind of informed me that I should also add in administrators to see how are administrators perceiving the program, what are their hopes for it, and how does that match up with teacher perceptions? Are the two kind of jiving together? With that comes some expanded methodology. So instead of just one-to-one teacher interviews, there would now be the interviews, observations of the classrooms, and focus groups of the teachers to help triangulate that data. For administrators, there would be interviews and document retrieval to get at how they perceive of the program. Here's my picture references for this presentation and my information references. Thank you for watching, and I just want to let you know that this was recorded on an iPad as well. Thank you.